When I was a child, I used to go to Saturday morning movies where they would have the Looney Tunes, 17 cartoons. If you can imagine, theaters full of young kids uh, watching this stuff. But in any event, that's what today's Trump world is like. It's a Looney Tunes by loony people. So let's talk about some of these headlines. In order to keep us safe, Hegsev has fired the uh, Lieutenant Jeffrey Krause, who's head of the Defense Intelligence Institute. My guess is it's not lieutenant, it's probably general or maybe lieutenant colonel, but he's the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency. He's been fired. The National Guard is now going to be allowed to carry weapons, so we can only imagine how much trouble that's going to cause. And the FBI is lowering its standards in order to be able to get into the FBI. That's good because we've obviously lowered the standards for people to be elected representatives and into the White House. Meanwhile, the federal government is working on taking 10% of Intel, and we can only imagine what that will do with government contracts going to Intel. Probably no bid contracts, just the way the rest of this nonsense is going. We don't want our government owning our businesses. It hasn't happened before, and it shouldn't happen again. Um, Meanwhile, while this is going on, Don Jr., the intellectual whiz-bang that he is, has suggested troops should go into Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, and New York. You have to ask yourself, where were these people and why did they care when Trump was first in office? They didn't shoot off their mouths like this, and they didn't care. And you ask whether or not they really care about the cities, which they don't, because they're cutting funding to the cities, they're cutting funding for Medicaid, they're cutting funding for education. They don't care about the cities, they care about their image as if they're tough guys. They're not tough guys. They're wimps, they're cowards, they're weaklings. And that's what they show every day as they continue to stay in charge. Meanwhile, Trump has said that he hopes that Vladimir Putin will come and watch the World Cup with him. They could hold hands or whatever during the World Cup to be held next year in and around Los Angeles. I'd be shocked if other countries are willing to send players who could be put into prison camps and concentration camps, send them to the World Cup as we're sending our own people and other citizens of other countries into concentration camps. But it's important for Trump to have his good buddy Adolf Putin with him. Finally, we should note that the Prager University held a big fundraiser, big event at Mar-a-Lago and spent $650,000. Shortly thereafter, Trump and the Republicans cut $1 billion worth of funding to PBS, but Trump is going to fund Prager University to continue the educational programs or type of programming that had been done on PBS. Gee, could this be a payoff? Hard to imagine.